Okay, we're back. So we're back to the cybersecurity presentation by Jason Stone, and I'm using Screencastify, which has a 5-minute limit because I'm using the free version, so I had to stop it and start again. And I think we talked enough about this slide, so let's zoom out. No, let's zoom in. Okay, so there was the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency Act of 2018, and to make a long story short, the MPPD became the CISA because MPPD wasn't doing its job right. There was a huge cyber attack by Chinese hackers, and they got a hold of the Office of Personnel Management's its information on DoD members, including myself. So my personal information was compromised. I didn't like that. So all my personal information, my family, were all Social Security numbers. It's in the database on computers in China now. All right, so this place is CenterNet, NCCIC, and NRMC. Those are the facilities, similar to the National Security Agency facility I once worked at while in the Navy. And there's overseas FPS, OCIA, OCNC, and OIP. Let's see what those stand for. There you go. Here it is. Okay, about the CISA. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. And those acronyms that I show you are the Federal Protective Service, Office of Cyber and Infrastructure Analysis, Office of Cybersecurity and Communications, OCNC, and Office of Infrastructure Protection. Big bureaucracy. Going back to our slideshow. Let's move on to protection of youth. This applies to us as teachers. We are mandatory reporters of sex offenders online, basically. People who are communicating with their students who shouldn't be. Things that are files that are being sent that shouldn't be. If it was reported to us, or if we happen to see it, we have to report it, and we need to let parents know, and possibly agencies. So there's an article about these child welfare. There are various departments who are accusing Facebook of lax cybersecurity measures. This is a New York Times article this is based on. And TIP, which is trafficking in persons. It's one of those crimes we'd rather not hear about, but it exists. And it involves people, sometimes underage, being coerced into things that are illegal activities by adults who are breaking all sorts of federal laws. And the internet and social media is unfortunately used in this exploitation of minors. Now, election security. So cybersecurity affects elections. And I got a little story about that. Back in 2009, when I was in Seoul, I knew somebody from Ukraine who told me that the Russia was planning on hacking into the presidential elections to help Trump. This is something I heard back then, and then in the news now and then we hear the same accusation, same rumor being spread around. So makes you wonder. So there's election fraud. There was a program called Shadow. It had a voting app. It had issues in Iowa. Low-tech alternatives are sought, according to the article I read. May have had hanging chads in the past, but with the good old-fashioned punch card systems, they're less likely to be hacked. All right, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. This is very important subject.